sound, it also plays a very important part of stimulating the five senses to help with initiating sleep. Sound can certainly interfere with getting to sleep. A snoring partner, loud noises from a neighbor, a machine like cars passing outside, a train, they all interfere with the soothing effect that you're trying to instill with bedtime. So if you live in an area where you can't avoid the noises of machines, cars, then sometimes using a fan, an oscillating fan, or a vaporizer, especially in winter, it'll help to produce a white noise. The theory there is that the repetition of the fast-moving machine like a vaporizer will help with drowning out the cadence of the irritating noise, like a car passing by, or noise from a neighbor, or sound from music. And it'll help, again, the idea is to induce slow brain waves, also induce a comfortable, relaxed atmosphere for the brain to secrete melatonin, and hopefully fall into stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, REM, stage 4, and so forth. I mentioned that with nature, not to go off on a tangent, but in my previous lecture on hiking for health, I mentioned the power of nature and getting out at least once a week to your local forest and trying to elicit a relaxation response on a routine basis. Well, the sound that you get with nature will also help induce relaxation. It is now July, and in July we have cicadas around this area in Naperville. This is called Knock Knolls Park, and cicadas produce a persistent, rapid vibration. When we get up to a clearing, I'll see if I can let you listen. I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it with this GoPro, but as long as you cover from the irritation of mosquitoes, say if you're in a tent, you just listen to the cicadas, it actually becomes hypnotizing. Let's try right here. I was hoping you'd be able to capture that. I won't know until I do some post-edit, but you can hear some birds in addition to the cicadas rubbing their wings together. So sound is very important, not only blocking out irritating sounds, but also bringing in soothing sounds. I had put on my PowerPoint using Metallica or hard rock to stimulate, such as an adrenaline burst you need for exercise. Instead of a cup of coffee, just listening to that pounding music would help secrete the hormones necessary for fight or flight, and sometimes that gives a better workout. For those of you who have run the rock and roll marathon or the rock and roll half marathon in Chicago, It's nice because at every aid station, about every 1 to 2 miles, there's a rock band playing. Really gets you going, keeps you going, especially when fatigue starts to set in. So the opposite of stimulation of the fight or flight system is the relaxation system, or the relaxation response, the parasympathetic. And you can induce that. Sometimes, those of you who are parents, to rock the baby to sleep and have them fall asleep, you'll play soothing music like Mozart, or there are some recordings of mom's heartbeat that also help to induce kind of a relaxing environment. All those methods, in addition to perhaps indigenous instruments from India or North America, the American Indian flute, India, the gong, or the singing Tibetan bowl, the drums of Europe, all of them produce a cadence that's relaxing. Even the vibrations from a didgeridoo from Australia, if you listen to it long enough, it's hypnotizing, relaxing, and can induce a relaxation state. So again, the objective is cut out stimulating sound and engulf yourself in a relaxing vibration, a relaxing sound. Perhaps a word of caution, some of my teens will find rap music relaxing. I think you have to pick and choose the types of, or you have to be guided just to make sure that the sound or the vibration of what you're listening to, the instruments of what you're listening to, truly are relaxing. And I always have to fall back to Western medicine and the studies that come out of research, and there are certain sounds, tones, vibrations that induce slow brainwave. I keep on referring to slow brainwave in this lecture. And again, if you have the environment set up to slow down the waves that are produced by the neurons in the brain, it'll also hopefully drop you into, the brain should be able to take over, and it'll go into stage 2, stage 3, which is delta, theta wave, and then rapid eye movement. And as I elicited, or as I indicated in the slides, everybody goes through a cycle of those stages, and the more REM, or dream state, you can garnish by the end of the night, which is about 2 hours for some people, maybe more for younger folks. The more you get by the end of the night, the more refreshed you'll be. And the advent of certain medicines like hypnotics, Lunesta, Sonata, Ambien, they induce or they drop you into slow brainwave, but in many cases they don't take care of the true problem. So you might be able to sleep, but if you don't get into REM, you'll be in shut-eye from 10 to 6, but you'll still be fatigued. So it's nice to initiate a ritual, and my ritual is usually using the 5 senses to create a relaxing environment. And if you do that repetitively for about 21 days, you'll have trained the brain to expect at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock that it's time to go down, time to slow down, secrete melatonin, and get rid of the stressors, or the thoughts of the stressors from the day. Again, cycling, ritual, repetition always helps to curb or reverse the bad habits of insomnia.